Yes, we're back again with another action-packed edition of sports this morning, reaching you live from Channels TV Sports Center in Lagos, Nigeria. I'm Austin Okonakpan.
Good morning and welcome. I'm Cecilia Omogbe.
Good morning and glad you could join us on the show. I'm Tayo Salam.
Okay, let's get started on this one. Well, the Nigerian Football Federation is saying that they will now be having a charity cup, and this is definitely going to be the season opener for the NPFL players.
So that's it. A week before the NPFL starts, players get to play the season opener to warm up. Let's leave Nigeria and go to actually London, Stamford Bridge to be precise. Jose Mourinho and Chelsea, the struggle continues. What's going on? Is it players' betrayal? That's the question this morning for Chelsea fans.
Austin, critical situation for Chelsea and Jose Mourinho. Also on the show, despite 17 years on the ATP Tour, 17 Grand Slam titles and about $97 million in prize money, former world number one Roger Federer says he's not retiring anytime soon. And I'm not surprised. Because
take a look at this big one. He says he wants to play in the mixed doubles and of course in the doubles at the Olympics. It was at the Olympics in 2004, Athens. It was at the Olympics in 2008, Beijing. It was at the London 2012 Games. And of course, he's targeting Rio. That's 4 Olympics.
yes, yeah, I get all that. But for me, Austin, I think you're going to agree with me.
That's right.
It's all about that elusive 18th Grand Slam title. He wants it, so it's clear.
I don't know. I'm done beating Roger Federer when he gets beaten. I don't want to start giving excuses, saying he's not young, he's been there, done that. But that 18th Grand Slam is going to require so much.
For you to see a player at his age, he gets to the final of 3 Grand Slams. Come on, give it to him. That's what I'm looking at. Getting to the final alone, that tells you that he still has a lot to do.
Exactly, and that's why he wants to keep going, because he believes
he can. Yeah. Because if, for instance, he gets to like quarterfinals, he get knocked out in the first round matches, get knocked out like 2-3 times consecutively in a Grand Slam, you can say, okay, or maybe he will even pull out of 1 or 2 Grand Slams. Yeah. He will say he's getting old. But right now, he's getting to the finals of this Grand Slam. He's getting to the finals of most major ATP tournaments. So he tells you he has a lot to offer.
Yeah, he has a lot to offer, Austin. I agree with Cecilia, but then there seems to be an immovable object, standing always in his path.
Never.
So that's Austin.
And at the moment, there's no looking back for Novak Djokovic. And
that's what it looks like.
Give it up to the young man. He's done everything. At the time Roger Federer was doing this, when he was in his prime, there was no stopping him too. But Roger Federer, it's good to still have his name. I mean, that's the same name for Tiger Woods in golf. You need a post.
It makes him more competitive.
Yeah, and he's been there, done that. So it's okay, but let's not pity him anymore if he's not winning.
Yes.
If he wants to go on, let him go. You can play tennis till 50, but when you start going down the rank,
but we'll talk about Federer later in the show. Okay. So,
50. Okay. Charity Cup right now. Now, usually Nigerian Football Federation, they will be having their annual general meeting in Abuja tomorrow. Congress tomorrow, Wednesday. That's tomorrow in Abuja, and usually there would have been the Charity Cup, talking about the game between the winners of the League Cup and also the Fed Cup winners. But right now, this is not going to hold tomorrow. So they want to make it a more glamorous ceremony, situation whereby it can be compared to what we have in England, where you have the community shield, the curtain raiser. So right now, they're going to be having the curtain raiser before the season starts. So immediately after Chan, we know that the league starts in February. So that's when they're going to have the Charity Cup.
The Charity Cup.
The Charity Cup. Of course, between Enyimba and Akwa United. We'll see how that is going. Yes, of course, definitely.
Looks like it's going to be a good one. And again, we keep saying it that for our players to get better.
Is it going to be in Abuja in Lagos?
No, I think it should be in Abuja. I think it should be in Abuja for a whole lot of reasons. We're giving Lagos an opportunity to feel football. The Fed Cup.
No, the Fed Cup, the Charity Cup. That would be nice.
The crowd wasn't encouraging.
The crowd. No, I think.
Yeah, but it's not going to be a lot better in Abuja though. So.
You never know.
No. I think the crowd will be much better here in Lagos
no
than
chance,
in Abuja.
Austin.
I'm telling you, because the Abuja Stadium is 60,000 capacity. It's bigger. So testing Balogun
Stadium
Stadium
is not really favorable to to football fans.
Or maybe next of champions. I mean, the stadium is nice, the crowd.
United gets all the support and everything.
Yeah, right. It's not home advantage.
It's going to come to that.
Not home advantage.
Actually, I was waiting for Austin to say something about
just trying to
But I think Lagos would be the best place for the charity.
It's a neutral ground, neutral ground.
Irrespective of where it is done, guys, I think it's good that the NFF, the LMC, they're all thinking of new ways to get the league ready, get it competitive. Because from the Charity Cup, we got talking about the league already. So it's after Chan, the Charity Cup. A week after, we're into the league proper. So players are, getting ready. They know that yes, this thing is going to come up. And who knows? When we see a cracker of a game, everyone is already turbocharged waiting for the league.
Exactly, It's all about growth, Austin. Hopefully, the authorities, just get their house in order so we can have a good 2016 Premier League.
No change of dates. If you say the league is going to start
you want to go
on
there,
a particular
Austin.
date, I'm just saying it's important we say
it
this.
Is, okay,
because you fix a date for the
enough.
Charity Cup, and then you say it's going to come up a week after that, and then
sometimes it depends on the club. Sometimes the clubs will tell the league LMC that they are not ready.
That's why.
That's sometimes. So I think all of them should just put their heart in order. Those that haven't paid salaries, please pay. Those that are looking for coaches and they want new players, new grounds. Put your stadium in order so that at the end of the day, we won't have any postponement. We'll have a league just running normally.
You're spot on, Cecilia. That's why all of them, that is the league, the NFF, the LMC, they all have to be on the same page.
The league chairman and all that. Okay, from football now. Move straight to
good news.
Okay, tennis.
Why are you pointing to me though?
Because
we're
Tayo,
discussing
you've
it
been bringing on the bad news from the Governor's Cup.
Please continue. I would have, if it was the good news, I would have started it.
So just end it.
Okay. Future sport for the Governor's Cup, served up yesterday, and it was a bad one for Nigerian players. All of them in action got knocked out. Incredible. Austin, it just shows you it's a reflection of the state of tennis in the country. There's not two ways about it. So Karen Garanganga of Zimbabwe beat Edwards and Nefu 6-2, 6-2, while Ben McChaklan beats Christian Paul. Is out already.
Yeah.
Christian Paul is out already.
6-1.
He got to the quarters. Now he's out in the first round. Not too good at all. Lloyd Harris of South Africa beat Thomas Otu 6-2. 6-2, and the scoreline is what really gets to me because these are not competitive games whatsoever.
And Nefu actually, tried in
the game he won 2 games. Fair enough.
Winning 2 games, so that's really a bit okay.
And in the women's singles as well, Cecilia. Same.
I think we saw Irene. They get into the second round the last time, talking about Sarima, but this time around losing to Sohai 6-love, 6-1. Yeah, same old same. I think the result is really nothing to write home about. Like Olatunji did say that usually it helps the players. It's more like an exposure for them. They're playing with international players who have ATP rankings already. Most of them don't have. They're thinking of how they can even play this game, get the quarterfinals, and start getting ATP rankings and all that. But from all indication, only Christian Paul made it to the quarterfinals. Well, some of them will be in action today. Hopefully, we get to see at least one or two who will get to this second round.
Austin, just before we go,
I was trying to just avoid that because in the women's category, it got worse.
Okay. Look at the scoreline.
Yeah.
A lot of love scores there. Not good enough at all, Austin.
I know we need to report this. We need to talk about it in our own way of, letting people know that tennis is played in Nigeria. But as I said, it's a reflection of what it is in the country. Now, I don't know the coaches that are fully involved in this, the administrators. I hope they have videotapes of all of these. Go back and see ways that you can get better. Because there's nothing wrong with falling. It's about how you rise up again. I like the fact that they're being beaten left, right, and center. You pick up 1 or 2 lessons. My problem is if we go back to sleep.
Yes.
And then next year the same thing.
I'm sure we won't, because whoever thought that player will make quarterfinals this year.
Don't be sure.
I'm just thinking. I'm just thinking. I mean,
and after the quarterfinal, you come down and they beat you like this.
Exactly. Come on. When you're meeting a top, it happens. Even in international tennis, it happens to some players. I mean,
you find that most of these players don't even have coaches.
Look, if you want to start talking about this, Austin, we're not going to leave here. We can never underestimate.
Just coming out.
Let's just show up and play.
You just can't show up for a competition.
Show up and play.
You just can't show up because people are just going to shine. People need to get better.
Yes.
Because if they're preparing for it, you need to get ready for a competition. That's what it is.
All the guys that have come from outside, they're all better equipped than our Nigerian players.
When you have players who are seeded, I told you about Boyan Courage when we spoke to him when he won the Governors' Cup the last time. He says for 6 months he has not been home. What is he doing? He's playing tournaments from different countries, and whatever prize money he gets, he travels to another country to actually play. And his father is following him around. So it tells you that look, these players don't just sit down. You know, they have. Luckily, the father said they were able, that year, 2013, that was the first time they actually got a sponsor for him. I mean, the airline who could fly him around. So they didn't have to pay money for that. But every other thing, they get to pay money for. So tennis is an expensive sport.
I know.
If you don't have that sponsorship, you don't have the money, it's difficult for you to actually bring in players and all that. Even racket, how much is a racket? It's very, 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 very expensive. Sarah was talking about the fact that her father, usually put almost all his guard to actually ensure that she goes for tournaments regular. She stays in Ibadan, but most times she's in Lagos, she's in Abuja playing.
Because the dad is supporting her. Exactly. What about the guy that's got talent and the parents are saying just wait?
They don't have the money.